Books, books. I like books. I'm gonna read them all. Hi readers, Chris here. Welcome to my channel where I review fantasy, Stephen King, all sorts of books. And today I'm going to be talking about the Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra, Clare, and Wesley Chu. Before I jump in, I will just mention really quick, this is my first video post-vacation. So I'm really trying to give myself a break from makeup and stuff because after a week of being in the salt water and the salt air and the extreme sun and heat, my skin is so freaking dry and my hair is so dry, it's unreal. It was totally worth it. The vacation was amazing. But oh my god, like I've gone through probably a whole bottle of conditioner and like half a bottle of lotion since I got home on Saturday. Anywho, Red Scrolls of Magic. This is a book that takes place in the super popular Shadowhunter universe. If you're not familiar with the Shadowhunter universe, this is a series of many YA fantasy books. They're classified as like urban YA fantasy because generally they take place in kind of these big cities, but basically this is a fantasy world where there are vampires and werewolves and fairies, and there is a group of humans that are kind of granted supernatural abilities, and they are called Shadowhunters, and they're supposed to protect the human world from the underworld, the demons and stuff. I have been a fan of the Shadowhunter world for a very long time, and honestly, I feel like every time a new book comes out, they keep on getting better and better. And I had not read this one yet. I think this is a duology. There's two books in the series. I had been waiting to read them because I wanted to finish the last one I was reading, which was The Last Hours. So I was finally ready to jump into this one, which features two of the most popular characters in this whole world, Alec Lightwood and Magnus Bane. Alec Lightwood is a Shadowhunter, which I just explained, and Magnus Bane is a warlock, but not just any warlock. Like within the context of this world, he's like one of the most like famous warlocks ever. He is super high energy, super flamboyant, super has a zest for life, and he's someone that like loves really hard. And Alec, on the other hand, Alec is much more of a reserved, subdued kind of personality. So at first, when they first met in the Mortal Instrument series, they seemed like complete opposites. However, through some, magic, they found each other and they fell in love, and their love has been one of the most beautiful things throughout the Shadowhunter books. So this series explores the early days of Alec and Magnus's relationship, and I thought that was a really cute story to read in June for Pride Month. I feel like that was a pretty long setup, so I'm not going to talk about world builders, characters, and plot to keep this simple. I'm just going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like. And honestly, there's not much I didn't like, so let's start with what I liked. First of all, I am 100% a Malik fangirl. I think that Alec and Magnus, their love, their relationship, they are one of my favorite couples in on any book ever. They're one of my favorite couples because, like I mentioned, even though they're opposites, they just complement each other so well. And they're so sweet to each other, and just, I don't know how to explain it without reading it, but their love is just magic. It's just magical. And I really loved how this book explores the early days of their relationship. Because if you've ever been in a relationship, like those early days are exciting. Like they can be a really big high, but they can also be kind of nerve-wracking as well when you're still trying to learn someone, learn what they like, and then you really want them to like you back. So sometimes you try a little bit too hard. I really enjoyed, especially Magnus, who is like such this flamboyant, overbearing personality, to see him so like nervous and vulnerable over whether Alec will like him or not is just It's so endearing and it is so cute, and it just makes me want to like wrap my arms around both of them and just hug them super tight. I could gush about Alec and Magnus Malik all day, but I will mention that if you are a fan of these books, there are some other characters in here that you will recognize. There are some other famous LGBT couples in here that you will recognize. I wasn't expecting that, so I thought that was a really fun, like, just a little cherry on top of the story. Another thing I like about this story is, again, seeing Magnus struggle. He struggles a bit because his father, warlocks in this world have a parent that is a demon. And that sometimes makes other people kind of look down on them as lesser than. And not only is Magnus's father a demon, but he is like a greater demon, like the demon of all demons, prince of demons. So this is a secret that he holds very close to himself, a secret that he doesn't want Alec to know because he's afraid if Alec knows, like, he'll judge him, maybe he won't love him anymore, and that might be the end of their relationship. But the whole like plot of this book is that there is this cult going around causing chaos, worshiping this demon, and Magnus is being framed for allegedly having created said cult, even though he doesn't remember. But he also has a period of time that he doesn't remember what happened, so he doesn't actually know if he created the cult or not. That's kind of like the whole plot of this book. It's Alex and Magnus running around Europe. They're supposed to be on their first vacation as a couple. Instead, they get pulled into this plot where they have to track down this cult. It's super fast-paced. It's super fun. The characters are amazing. Like, if you are a fan of the Shadowhunter world, there is nothing about this book you won't like. You'll like this book. It's super fun. If you're not a fan of the Shadowhunter world, I don't know that this book would necessarily change your mind, and I don't think that this is a good place to start. I think that you need to read some of the other books first to get a better understanding of who Alec and Magnus are. Like, you do get to know them very well in this book for sure, but I feel like you kind of need that base foundation to like truly appreciate what this book is about. So if you've never read any of these books before, I don't think you should start with this one. However, if you've at least read like the first series, The Mortal Instruments, you can definitely jump right into this one. The only thing I did not like about this book is it does end on a cliffhanger. Yes, it does. And if you know me at all, you'll know I'm not always the biggest fan of cliffhangers, especially when it's the first book in the series. Now, this one didn't bother me as much as some other cliffhangers because A, I already have the second book, B, there's only 2 books, and 3, or C, I'm like super familiar with this world and these characters, so it wasn't as big of a deal to me. But if you are someone that doesn't like cliffhangers, just be aware of that going in. You should have the second book ready to go, if you want. I wanted to keep this video short and sweet, just like this book. This book is relatively short for a YA fantasy, and it's very, very, very sweet. I'm probably a bit biased because I just love Alec and Magnus so much, but I just loved spending time with them. So if you like these characters at all, you're gonna love spending more time with them too. So that's it today for the Red Scrolls of Magic. So now I want to know from you, have you read the Red Scrolls of Magic? Have you read any of the other Shadowhunter books? Are you a Malik fangirl like me? Or if you're not, let me know all your thoughts in the comments section below. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel for more bookish stuff coming your way soon. All right, everyone, happy reading. Swiper says she never wants me to go on vacation again because she had no one's socks to steal while I was gone. Ah, Swiper. Say bye-bye.